Hey guys, this is Anthony and Ruben, and this is Behind the Realm. It's this really corny name that we came up with. It's so good. So anyway, obviously, if you don't know who we are, we run Gamers Realm here in Vero Beach. It's a video game arcade. We have tons of video games. We have tons of old school, new stuff. We have some escape rooms. We have a bar back here. It's basically like every person's dream job. Basically, anybody gamer ever who just wants
nerd paradise.
Essentially, you know. So, what's this?
What's this? This is the timer.
Okay, so we had 9 seconds, not 9 minutes.
That's 9 minutes. What are you talking? Are you bad? Hello? That's 9 minutes.
All right, we're good.
All right, I'll wait for us to actually set up a topic.
Okay, we're gonna. Okay, so what we're doing here is in Behind the Realm. We want to start talking about video games here. I think a lot of people come in here, and the best part about the store, aside from the video games and for all the other stuff that we have, the virtual reality stuff, it's really like a community of people with similar interests, right? Yeah. We come in here, and people that come back are the people that hang with us. And we found that, like, you know, that's really the best part of the store, is just having fun with people and playing games. So we kind of want to bring that online a little bit. This is our first kind of step in that direction. So what we did is we have this little bucket thingy right here, a little chest, and we took 5 of the most common questions that people ask us, and we figured we would just kind of riff on them, see where it went. Yeah. You want to pick one out?
Oh, I get to go first?
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude. Off the set, I get to go first. What is this? All right, we're gonna do a different one. No, that's not what I want to start with. What is it like to own a video game arcade?
Okay, you want to riff on that a little bit?
What is it like to own a video game arcade? Well, I don't really own it. I just kind of work here.
You live here.
I just kind of live here as what did you call us? Indentured servants.
We're indentured servants to the cause.
Yes, to the cause of getting this place off the ground and going. You don't play nearly as much video games as you think you would. I was like, oh man, work a job at Gamers Realm? That's so awesome. I'll do my 8 hours and then play video games, right? No.
No. Not even.
Not even close. I've played like an hour of Ratchet and Clank in the last like 2 weeks, maybe.
You have this video game guilt where you're like, all right, I'm gonna push the company. I'm gonna create some really cool events. Mm-hmm. We're gonna buy some games for people that they're requesting. Oh, you know what? We should really add this new game to the VR room. And then, like, when it comes time to play it, you're like, man, but I could be doing other cool things for the store. Yes. The addiction. I mean, we play a lot of Magic.
We play a lot of Magic.
But like, that's kind of like we're able to write that off as work.
Yeah, it's the only reason why. Because we can play Magic because it's like sort of work. Because we're community building. We're helping new players. We're getting new people started.
I mean, but like, if the store wins, we eat the prizes. So yeah. I mean, it kind of is work in a weird way. It's that sweet 2 packs.
Yeah, we pay less money, I guess.
That $2 profit margin.
Oh man, we get a whole $2.
Man. $2 per pack we get to save.
Does that mean I get to see a 2-cent raise sometime in the future?
No. We pay you in beer.
Oh, yeah. True.
Other thing, I guess the riff on this more, since I started the place, before I opened Gamers, I gamed a lot. I think like...
Yeah,
probably like 40% of my life was gaming or thinking about gaming, or planning Diablo 3 builds, or thinking about things I wanted to do. I mean, I think before we opened the store, I was playing Ark, and I probably
you used to play Hearthstone, didn't you?
Yeah, and Ark, and Diablo 3 and StarCraft 2 and all that fun stuff.
Civ at some point.
I played Civ a lot. I ran a Minecraft server for a long time. All the Swedish kids love the thrash metal server.
Yeah.
Then we opened this place, and it's like, people walk in here and are like, hey, what games do you play? And I'm like, Kirby for NES, if I'm lucky for 20 minutes. Well, I try not to feel guilty about not putting my time back into the business somehow. And
you gotta take a break at some point, though.
Yeah, it's weird, though. It's like, I walk in here and I see 15 things that I'm like, jump into.
Don't get me started, yeah. All the time, constantly. Every 30 seconds on
walk in here, see a controller not wrapped up, and I'm like, and that turns into... hey, let's rearrange the entire store.
Yeah.
Hey, this beer's not stocked.
When I first got here, so from the time that I've been here, I've only been here for like not even half of Gamers Realm lifespan, right? And that's just the being open lifespan. But this place has been rearranged like 6 times at least, minimum. And I'm talking like full furnitures across the store.
Feng shui, man.
Feng shui, man. You gotta get it right.
Feng shui. I mean, it's weird because customers that walk in our store, they get confused if they're not like, okay, some people are in it. They happen to be retro and modern gamers and tabletop gamers, and they walk through here and they're like, Mecca. But some people are only one of those things or none of those things, and they walk in here and they're like, where do I put the quarter? How do I do this thing? And so it's constantly changing the store to make it easy and accessible to people, so that they know how to play. The flow
of what goes where. Kind of like how we turned that whole social game up front.
Yeah,
like that whole area turned into just a social game.
You know, that was when we first opened. It was supposed to. We were going to do time zones.
There
was supposed to be the 70s section.
We didn't have time zones.
The 80s section.
You know what?
The 90s, and we did that, and that's how we first opened.
Okay.
And we're like, this is the 80s area. This is the 90s area. This is the modern area, which is the land center.
That makes so much sense now.
And what happened was like the 80s area, like people would go there for like a second.
Yeah.
They're like, they would just bounce and go to the modern section because they're like, yeah, that's nostalgic. That's not true. There are definitely some like nostalgic style players that want to just play the old school stuff. But like in Vero, it's like mostly the modern.
Most popular. So the most popular is obviously the newest gen stuff, the PC Land Center, the PS4, Xbox One, all the kids playing Fortnite on the PCs.
Before that, PUBG, and before that, Minecraft.
People actually play Minecraft.
I
see every now and then. Hey, I'm not knocking it. It's a good game. I love Minecraft. But it's just, I don't know. I haven't seen that many people come in and ask for it. I have like a couple occasional people.
Kids play it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like, I thought Minecraft was going to be a big deal when we first opened the store. I was like, going to have Minecraft days and Minecraft server and all kinds of stuff. And it just really... okay, so, and the thing is, it's Vero Beach.
Yeah.
You know, I still have a lot of friends up north that still play it. And they mod it and everything else. And it's still popular. But this town is very specific.
Every place is cult classics. Everybody's got their team. We got the Smash scene here. Vero
loves
Smash.
We have some Smash Melee players. We have some. They definitely love themselves some Smash, man.
Oh, for sure.
So back to this question.
So what is it like to own a video game arcade?
Aside from that, it's beyond stressful.
Beyond stressful.
You're trying to
monetize.
It's fun.
It's fun. Because you're always looking for like the next thing you can add. Like when we got Maison, right? I would never in a million years have been like, let's pick this up.
For people who don't know what Maison is a game before the Wii came out. In Japan, there was an arcade game that capitalized on having light sensors. So it's an arcade game that has no buttons or joysticks. It has a sword, and you slash a sword in the air in front of the screen, and it actually replicates the slash on a flat screen in front of you, and you're actually fighting samurais. And we found that thing in the middle of abandoned and in Okeechobee.
Super abandoned. John had to like clean it. We had to get a new TV for it. It was a process.
It was a process, and now it runs great. And it's a cool new feature.
And everybody who walks by picks it up, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone. I think all of our regulars.
There's no age group, too. Anybody.
Yeah, dude. Anyone.
It's just like a fun thing, and they'll play it for a little bit, man.
It's fun. It's definitely fun.
I'm definitely tired of the music, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not that bad. Dude, all the pinball machines play their themes all day. You don't get tired of that?
I don't know, man. Pinball's charming a little bit, right?
It's the same. We're not talking about the games, though. We're talking about the theme music. The music that plays alongside it, right? Like, that's the same thing no matter what.
Ancient Japanese woman singing. And it's really, it's like... It's a little bit more abrasive than like it's a me, Mario. I've been hearing Mario nonstop for 2 years. I am immune to hearing Mario music.
How about you go sit next to it. You go work in the front office.
All right, I will give you this. The barbed wire.
Barbed wire. Oh, I wasn't even there yet.
Dude.
It's pretty bad.
It is really bad.
Over long periods of time, it starts to crack you down.
Don't call me babe. Over and over and over and over and over again. The thing is, though, when you walk in and you've never been here before, all those noises are like awesome because you're like, oh,
dude. There's so many things happening. You got DDR playing, you got Maison playing, the pinball machine, you have the music playing in the background.
Well, when we're here every day, 12 hours.
I ignore it. I've assimilated it.
Dude, our members are like, can you please turn off the barbed wire pinball machine?
It's just Ben.
That's just Ben.
It's just Ben.
Who's a 30-year-old grandfather.
Yeah,
basically. But that pretty much covers it, man. Aside from that,
oh, dude, you know what though? With owning a video game arcade, you're always looking for like the next thing to add. Like I have, even though all this stuff we have, I'm still got like a mental list of the stuff I want to add.
Well, because you're never satisfied.
Crisis.
I would love to get Time Crisis.
Dude, if you get Time Crisis in here, I would
we
never
kind of do.
it.
It's Time Crisis for PlayStation with the gun controller.
No,
have you played it before? Have you played it?
Do we even have the PS2 gun?
Yeah. Have you tried?
Guns?
I think it stopped working like a week after, the week before you came in.
Oh, that's lame.
It's really bad. It's fun. We should probably set that up.
It's good. I like it.
All right, man.
And there's plenty of other things.
We gave ourselves 9 minutes on the topic. I'm going to end it. Or we keep going.
We got a solid 18 seconds left.
All right.
What can you fit in right now? Speed round, lightning round.
Okay.
Owning a game arcade. Go.
We're trying to sell stuff to people that they already have. It's I'm trying to like convince people to tell saying like you're gonna have more fun doing gaming in our place than you will be doing gaming at your place, and a lot of people have it. They experience that, and some people don't. So I think the hardest thing is selling the social experience to customers, especially in this town.
Oh, for sure.
This town is a bunch of hermits.
Everyone wants to do things in Bureau, but it's kind of like hard. I don't know. Getting people to commit to things feels hard.
100 RSVPs, 20 people actually leave their house. It's crazy.
And you know what? Everyone who comes out, though, they always have a great time.
That's true. I never actually make it out here.
Sometimes people don't go, they leave, and they're not like as super stellar about it as like us nerds, right? But no one ever leaves angry. No one ever is like, damn, what a waste of my day. Like, there's so much to do here.
Yeah, I mean, that covers it. Let me ask you a question to follow up.
Sure.
Did you expect Ultimate Werewolf to be as popular and as impactful as it's been here? In Bureau, in the store?
Werewolf? Yeah, actually, because I used to play a lot of Mafia back when I was younger. It's similar concepts, Town of Salem, Mafia, Werewolf. So I knew it was a very addicting game. It was definitely a very intriguing one. It was a great party game because it pulls you in, man.
To explain what Werewolf is, anybody who doesn't know what Werewolf is.
Oh boy! All right, so Werewolf is a social game where you get handed a card. You get dealt a card from a deck at random, and you're either on the villager's side or you're on the werewolf side. Some classes have special powers, some don't. The game is broken up into a day phase and a night phase. During the day phase, all the villagers try to figure out who the werewolves are, and you have to decide who you want to kill off during that day, because you're trying to find the werewolves, right? Trying to hunt them down, track them down. You all vote for someone.
You're accusing
someone at
strangers and friends alike.
Yeah,
you're like, you're the werewolf.
Yeah, no, definitely him. He looks like he's looking shady today. Yeah, he said less than yesterday.
There's no logic to the accusations.
There really is. You guys just don't use logic.
Okay, the general population just eliminate.
You just
can kind of see what's going on.
Day one, all right. It's just who do I want to kill off, right? But like as the days progress, you're supposed to use logic to figure out who's looking shady, who's making werewolfy like decisions, who's trying to windmill slam people.
But not all of them do that, though.
I mean, yes, if you're good.
If you look at the like from a human analysis perspective,
we cut off in the middle of the explanation, though.
Go for it.
All right. So the other half of the game is the night phase. During the night phase, all the werewolves will do. So everybody closes their eyes, they pat their legs, and make some sort of sound. And all the werewolves will open their eyes at the same time. The moderator, whoever's running the game, will call for them. And they will all together pick who they want to kill. So during the night, so it's like the werewolves are all on one team. The werewolves know each other. And they're all trying to systematically pick out the most troublesome people. And then during the day phase, you're just kind of like randomly at luck hoping to find them. There are special powers that help you get there. Seers at night get to find out.
It's blind luck. It's
a
really mob mentality, and like you can.
How much do you really trust your friend when he tells you he's not a werewolf?
Right, and they will straight lie to you.
They will. Oh, dude.
Well, we played werewolf at Christmas time 2 years ago, and my niece, 11-year-old girl, killed the entire family.
That's
Lied to, looked her grandmother in the eye, goes, "No, Grandma, I'm not a werewolf." And that night, killed Grandma. I'm just saying, dude. Like, that game is so brutal.
Good. Dude, all right, we're playing werewolf one night a couple weeks ago. And, like, it's round 3. I've been a werewolf the whole time. We've been killing people at random. Not like I haven't voted for anyone. And then the day before, Berto, like, leans over to me. He's been sitting next to me the whole time. He's like, "Hey, who do you think it is?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, I think it's totally them." Nighttime killed him immediately. He's like, nope, nope. I wasn't gonna kill him at all. And then he's like, started talking to me. I'm like, I remember now that my friend's here. I gotta kill my best friend.
That's
Come on,
so
buddy.
good. That's the best thing, man. All right, so we're gonna go on to the next question. Sure. Are you ready? Can you handle this?
I'm not.
I'm gonna reach.
Do you want to separate the video or no?
No, man. We're gonna just edit it all together. It's gonna be super
so
good.
Can't wait to do that video editing.
What is the nerdiest thing you've witnessed at GR?
Ooh, wow.
Nerdiest thing
that's a good
you've
one,
witnessed
actually.
at GR.
The nerdiest thing. You picked it up. You go first.
Okay, so I think I have a couple different in mind. One of them, and I don't mean any disrespect. We are nerds, 100%. But we witnessed some nerdy, socially awkward
nerds
stuff.
among nerds.
There are nerds. There's different levels of nerd.
There's different levels of nerd. Like,
okay,
I'm a nice level 6 nerd.
Level 6.
I know some level 20s though.
I used to be like a level 98 paladin nerd, but like I've lost some stars. I've died a few times. I'm back down to 40s and stuff.
Dude, those death penalties, dude.
Death penalties.
Yeah.
You knock your levels right down. So there's a guy who comes in here all the time. He doesn't pay anything. He just comes in the front door and he talks about Pokemon and new games that he likes. All he wants to do is talk to the cashier, whoever's working up front, about things. And he wanted so badly to trade his Pokemon that he had on his 3DS with somebody else. And he had us track another person down that had the opposing Pokemon game. You know, different colors. They always race them in pairs. He wanted the other main Pokemon. And so he came in every day for about 2 weeks trying to, reminding me to ask people and I tracked someone down for him.
Was this before I came in?
This is,
I don't remember
it was a day shift thing. It was like we just opened, no one's around, it's a weekday, school's in.
What?
This guy comes in and goes, "Did you find anybody who has a Pokemon Road?" I don't know which game it was.
Why didn't you just point it to the Facebook group?
There wasn't a Facebook group at the time. This is going back. And so, so we tracked down for him. I asked people on a Saturday, made it a point. Then I arranged them to meet. They're both socially awkward, and they exchanged starting Pokemon so that they could both get them. And then this guy was super happy and just left and it just disappeared and I never seen him again. So it was.
You know what I call that? I call that great customer service.
For $0.
For $0, you
can't even buy a water bottle.
Yeah, dude, you put in a bunch of work across multiple days.
He was really about it. He was
good for
really.
Him, dude. You know, I'm happy there was a good resolution to that, right?
I mean, it kind of helped. And I mean, for us, it's 90% about the culture.
Yeah.
So we're trying to embrace it.
You think we make money here?
No. No,
we're just
little.
This is just our excuse to game.
Pretty much. What's the nerdiest thing that you've witnessed in the store?
I was supposed to be thinking about that during this, right?
Whoops. I know. I can think of 100 more things.
I've seen it. Just all. I got the goggles on now, dude. It all just seems regular to me. It's all just a normal Tuesday.
You're at the post office. You're like, why isn't anybody in cosplay?
Right? Dude. Plenty of cosplays. Oh. The May the 4th event. Oh my goodness. So we had a May the 4th event.
Okay, May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
The 4th of what?
4th of May 4th.
May 4th, and it's a play on Star Wars. May the Force be with you if you're not a super nerd or if you're not a basic level 0, level 1 nerd. That might have got that.
Whoa.
I think level 1
That's
knows,
like a level
knows
3.
Star Wars is level 3?
Because it's older, so you could be a new nerd. You know?
So we did a May the 4th be with you Star Wars event, and you can continue from there.
All right, so towards the end of the event, we had a lightsaber contest, right?
Pool noodles.
Lightsaber duel.
Red and green and blue pool noodles.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
That we turned into lightsabers.
And you know what, though? They went hard. They loved it. It was like a serious death match to them. They had their pool noodles, and then we had judges like around who did it in the back in the little.
And there's just one guy who was a legit martial artist of some kind.
Yeah, he
won.
He was
spinning around.
Yeah, he won, awesome.
It was
He
ridiculous.
was like, he went, okay. So what we did was we gave every one of, we had like, we put 4 people in, and then they would battle to the death, and the final 2 advance, or the final 1 advance until we had just 4 left. Because we had like a good amount of people,
right.
like 16 people, whatever. So we had like the finalist match, and what we did was we gave each one of them a pool noodle, and then Donna threw 1 pool noodle in the middle.
Oh my god!
So it was like a staring contest to see who could get to that second noodle to have two lightsabers.
Oh man!
Oh, and dude, he was doing tricks, flicking around.
So what makes this worse is the rules that they had for their Star Wars lightsaber battle was if you get hit in the arm, you have to put your arm behind your back. You lose your arm.
Yeah.
If you're hitting the leg, you're hopping on 1 foot, kind of like the Black Knight.
He got down. Okay, so this is how he won, by the way. They got both of his legs. He was on his knees. Carter goes in to like do some fancy trick. He just like undercuts him and wins. And I'm
my god,
this is how it goes down. All right.
I could see that as being.
It was so good though. Everyone cheered because everyone was like, he's down on 2 knees. He's over. Right? There's no way. Kills both of them.
I can see that.
There was Carter and someone else. I can't remember who the second person was.
Let's do one. Let's do one more. Let me think if I can. I want to do like a retro nerd.
Retro nerd.
I think I have a good memory. We have one of our old regulars. He's not here all the time. He's from Jensen Beach. His name is blank because I can't give his name out probably. That's his permission. And
the guy from State Farm.
So no, not State Farm. Not State Farm.
Not State Farm. Okay.
So we had a challenge, right? The challenge was come into Gamers Realm and beat Zelda: Link to the Past for Super Nintendo in 1 sitting.
Okay.
And so I didn't advertise it. I just had a challenge. I posted it on Facebook once. I didn't expect anyone to do it for like a few months, maybe if ever.
Right.
The next day, we get this gentleman that comes in. He comes in. He has a gallon of water. 2 pounds of baby carrots.
Oh my goodness.
He got it, and he also had a handwritten guide to how to handwritten notebook that he wrote ahead of time that had a speed run legitimately without using glitches in 9 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can go to the bathroom. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Oh, I can get directed by drinks and get up and take breaks. I'm like, yeah, it's not a. He thought that he was going to sit in the chair. The entire time.
No, that's probably because he's thinking like speedrun rules. I guess I don't know.
Well, he sat there. He got there an hour before we opened, and about 15 minutes before we closed, he beat it.
Wow.
It was.
That's pretty intense.
Absolutely hysterical.
That's
and I kept taking it with him all night. I kept posting pictures of him playing the game, and that was when the challenge system was just like 1 challenge, 1 prize.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting a giant foam master sword.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah. So that was it wasn't super nerdy, but it was definitely like this dude had the dedication.
That's some dedication.
Yeah, like dedication nerd level stuff. So.
Ooh, all right.
I think that covers that topic. On to the next one.
On to the next one.
Are you ready?
Very well.
All right,
let's see what we got here. I want that one. I'm trying to dodge that one. Why does it keep coming to the top? Are there any Gamers Realm life hacks?
Okay.
Gamers Realm life hacks.
I can think of a few.
Oh, I can think of none that I want to that I should share. Learned a lot since starting here. That's for sure, dude. I've definitely learned a lot.
What's some life hacks, man?
Life hacks. Oh,
let's do it from the perspective of the customer coming in the store. A way to like.
I got nothing. The only thing that I can really think of is I've gotten in the habit of always carrying a pen behind my ear because
I thought you just always had one there.
No, I used to do it when I worked construction with my dad because you needed a pencil to like write down where you're going to cut the tile. But there's just people take the pens home, people lose the pens, customers take the pens, just like any other job. But like here, we're constantly writing things down. So because you need to
writing things down.
All right, Anthony, what happens when you don't write things down?
I forget them.
Exactly.
What happens when I write things down? I lose the thing.
No, you just put the thing on somewhere you're gonna have to check. You put it on top of your computer. You put it on top in the front office.
Sure.
On front of the POS or something. In the register. Do what you gotta do. Just make sure it's somewhere you're gonna find it.
All right.
Put it underneath your hat. There you go.
Got it. There. I'm trying to think of something that might be more like I'm at Gamers Realm. What are some things that I can do to make the best of my time here? That's what I'm thinking. Right. So then. I'm thinking one of the things it's it's an obvious thing that people that don't really know anything about. I think we're not pushing it hard enough. Is the achievements list that we have.
System, yeah, for sure.
So we have we used to have challenges, right? You used to come in here and the challenge was beat Booger Man for Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis, actually, and get something. So what we've done is we've built this elaborate challenge list, and you can literally come here, play video games, get these points, and just clear out our prize case.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly, but no one's really taking advantage of any of that.
Well, I think a large portion. Well, so we have like a 60-40 split on the people who come here to play the retro games and the people who come here to play like the more modern games or PC.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what it is like the people who know about the achievement system are the people who come in, the regulars that play the more modern systems.
Right.
The people playing League of Legends, people playing like Overwatch.
But there's only so many League of Legends challenges that can exist.
Right. No, but we only have like 3 of them. So most of our achievements are for like the older games, and the people who come in to play the older games are usually like the one-time customers, or the people who like come in a handful of times and then they have work or they have kids or whatever it is, and so they just have life constraints that stops them coming in so often. I think we definitely need to put out more achievements.
I think we should make them more obvious too, though. Like we have a gigantic list, and we're like, here you go.
We put a little. We put a giant. We get like a whiteboard and like
do
put
a leaderboard, dude.
Yeah, no. Okay, the leaderboard works too. Actually, that might be better. I was gonna say like a whiteboard with like a bunch of like the most the achievements for like for the biggest name games, right? So that we can put like on a whiteboard, put it on a stand, like right there in the middle. You know where that the high top tables are? Yeah. You just drop it right there.
Gotcha.
So when they walk in, like the second you see the big dragon, you see the staff office.
Is this working? No? Turn it around.
Please shame this man. Please shame him for attempting it.
You tried.
You tried for a hot second. No.
I think the board is actually a good idea.
I think board should. Even if we don't do like the big name achievements, we should at least do like a leaderboard for sure, like a physical leaderboard you can see when you walk in. I think that would be also good. Might get 2.
Ready for the next question? Want to do it?
Sure.
You got it? Is it my turn?
It's your turn, yeah.
Oh, crap. You don't. That's why you don't like that question.
I keep dodging that one. Why is it on top?
I'm embracing it.
What? All right.
I'm embracing it.
Do it.
If you had a time machine, would you open Gamers Realm in Vero Beach?
You put that question in there, didn't you?
Yeah. I actually get it. People ask me on a regular basis, like, why did you open in Vero? And, it's just one of those things where it's like, we wanted to open in a place that, had not anything going on.
Yeah.
But people like not doing anything here. It's weird. They're programmed to be bored or something.
In retrospect, right? Well, I don't know. Without the knowledge that we have now, I can see why you'd open in Vero Beach, right? Like, it seems like a good idea for the most part.
Beat Anthony 4 years ago.
Beat Anthony 4 years ago?
How
many bet? Okay, Anthony 4 years ago.
Sweet.
So I'm down from... I'm down from Jersey. Vero Beach has got nothing going on. I'm in the local area. There's definitely a market for us. We should pursue it. All right.
Done.
Be Anthony now.
Where is everybody? I'm playing video games by myself at nighttime. It's not that bad. It was kind of that bad, but it's weird.
It's like this weird balance. Some days are great. Halloween party, amazing.
I think people really embraced it,
Yeah.
But then we have things like we had this Harry Potter wand making event, right? And everyone we told loved the idea.
Yeah, everyone's in love with the ideas, right?
We get what I think it was 80 or 90 RSVPs, right? So as a store, we're bracing for 90 people so that 90 people can have a good time here. We're putting tables up. Mm-hmm. We bought way more supplies. I put more people on the clock. We're waiting, and then 12 people show up.
Yeah.
And we're like, Vero Beach, So
they strike again.
It really is. I mean, it's definitely a crazy little town. I mean, I know it's growing. It's growing. It's growing in the way that this place could use. Like, a lot of young people are moving down and stuff like that. But is it here yet?
What bothers me though the most? Like, this is a great model. Like, I have the strongest feeling, I know it down to my core. This is a great model. With esports growing the way it is, like in the last 4 years, we've gone from endemic sponsors to non-endemic sponsors in like the biggest esports communities, right? Overwatch, League of Legends, they're all seeing like thousands of dollars flow in from people from like NFL team owners. What's his name? Drake just bought part of a League of Legends team.
And there are people there are public stocks.
Yes,
people are trading esports leagues and stuff like that. They're
so
small. They're not like it's not like NBC, but they're starting to exist.
And especially they're also starting to like video games, esport leagues used to be really like not casual, but like really homegrown. You know, we decided the rules and all that, and it's just kind of like we're gonna find out. We're gonna see how it goes.
District versus district and region versus region, and now it's
and they're setting it up in a way that's a lot more. They use traditional sports like the NFL, especially. They used a lot of the same concepts for them and MLB as well, having an amateur league, that type of thing. And there was always like Call of Duty, you know, MLG, things like that. But they never took it to the level that the current big name games are at. So as that scene continues to evolve, like places like this, especially like this model, is already proven in Korea. It does. It makes money.
You're forgetting about every other thing that we do aside from the esports.
Yeah,
stuff. I mean, there's a lot of different things.
But it's like it blows my mind though. Just even with what we have, like you would think we'd be doing amazing, right?
Every person that walks in here is like, "Oh man, this is awesome. I'll see you never."
My heart.
It's crazy.
My achy breaky heart.
It's crazy. And, you know, we're trying. We try to continue to exist here. You know, push Vero Beach, and that's a part of what these videos are even for. Is so people can like actually see the people behind the realm.
Behind the realm.
Yeah, man.
You love that,
people
don't you? That's
it's so bad.
Awful.
Yeah. So if I had a time machine and I'm about to open, I certainly wouldn't pick this building again.
This building. Oh, yeah.
So I love the building, but a lot of people who come here and talk to me in person know that there's a story behind our opening and all the problems we had and the constant
struggle.
It was a struggle.
It's a struggle.
It was all we're trying to do is be a video game arcade, and it was tough, man. I could have done so many other things. I could have started so many other businesses and had not nearly as much time. It's not for lack of interest. It's just completely insane. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're telling me, dude.
I could open up another beach bar.
I've been here for like half the time, and it's like I feel the white hairs coming.
I already have them. You see this? Right?
Yeah, I see.
I never had those. Would I open again in Vero with a time machine? I don't know. I met a lot of really cool people here.
I met a lot of amazing people here. That's the coolest part.
I think that's our biggest thing.
Going,
a lot of awesome people.
The community is the only that keeps me going.
And they, there are people that are here every day, and this is what they do. This is their home away from home, and so we're here for them, and then we have new customers here that are just like, honestly, there's even a whole other community here, which is, and we've seen it in bits and pieces, but like, just younger kids that either have trouble fitting in places or, you know what I mean,
the DV groups who come in and
exactly
they run their own thing,
and they're finding people that are like have that similar interest point, and now they're able to embrace it and have a common place. And for whatever reason, school creates this social environment where everyone's in these like cliques, and we don't it doesn't really happen here. It's like as long as you have
it's pretty open.
If you have something in common with somebody, you just start talking to them, and it takes care of all that. So that's all positive stuff. From the business side of things, oof, I don't know. That's a tough one. I would have to say yes. I would open in Vero Beach again. I needed to do it. Even with everything.
Important life lessons.
Important life lessons to learn. I wouldn't want to unlearn anything that I've learned. Yes. So the answer is yes. Let's dig this last question out. You want to find it in here, my man? You got this.
Where'd you bury it?
Should be 5. We have 5 already?
No, we have 4.
It's in there. It's probably the most important question of the day.
I'm sure it is if you buried it. I probably buried it earlier, actually. Probably.
There's like 4 million questions in there.
Hey.
You find it?
Nope.
Dump the whole thing out, man?
No.
I believe in you.
If I do that, the terrorists win. Oh, found it.
Who are these terrorists that you were so afraid of? All right, let me get this back. We're gonna put my.
Oh wow! All right. What was your first favorite video game?
Easy. We start. I like that we're ending on an easy one.
That's good. My first favorite. Okay.
Your first favorite.
It's gotta be Ratchet and Clank then for sure.
Ratchet and Clank. How old were you?
So good. I was. How old was I? So I was on the PS2. So I was older than 8 because I didn't have the PS1 anymore. I think I broke mine. No, I don't. It's still there somewhere. Probably about like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what made you? Why does it make it your? Why was it your favorite?
I played that game countless. I know all I have everything memorized. Like I know all the guns. I know the easiest way to level them. I know the fastest tracks. I know all the dialogue.
So you had studied the game?
Yeah, because all right. I just played. There was nothing. It was the only good game I had when I was younger.
You didn't have.
So I had a bunch of other ones. No, all I had was the PS1. I had the PS1 and I had the PS2. And the PS1, all I had was like the generic sport games, the racing games.
That's lame. All right, I got you.
So the PS1 was the first like RPG. Yeah. The ones that. So that was like the first real RPG I had. And then I ended up buying like the whole series, right? I bought Deadlocked. I started with Going Commando.
That's how it works, man. They cleaned up. You know,
yeah,
they
was
can
good.
make one now and it still sells.
They do. They used to. They made a couple for the PS3. It worked pretty well.
They do.
Yeah, then they made a remake. I think they did like a remastered for the originals. It was pretty good.
It's like Crash with the remakes. And
yeah,
like that. And some kids bought it, but it was really all about like people wanting the nostalgia and stuff like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
My first favorite had to be Final Fantasy for the original NES. Okay, I got it. I was too young to play it. Yeah. I didn't understand what I was doing. I was this, basically just like. So I'm just trying to. I had the manual. I had the cartridge. I was like 7 years old. I'm like, what is going on here? It's a JRPG with a lot of math in it, math rules, like experience and everything else. And so, that was like my mission. I had Super Mario Brothers 3 and I had Final Fantasy for NES, and I'm just like, all right, I would beat the crap out of Super Mario Brothers 3, no problem. Like, love that game. But I'm like, man, but what about this Final Fantasy game? And so you've played JRPGs before, right? Yeah. You have your characters and you fight. You end up in random encounters with enemies, and your enemies are on the side of the screen, and your guys are on the side of the screen, and they have to fight each other. So you say, you fight him, and so on and so forth. In the first Final Fantasy, you have no weapons when you first start. You start in a field with no weapons. And so if you get into a random encounter, your guys punch the enemy for 1 damage.
So you thought you had to actually make that
So happen? I am grinding with punches.
Oh, no!
And I'm dying. Wow. And the end of the battles are only giving you like 2 gold, and it's 10 gold to heal at the end.
You fool.
So I couldn't even read. I was 7. I barely knew anything. So I'm playing it over and over and over, and there's a menu, and in the menu it says there's an option for equipped weapon. Couldn't read it, didn't know what the word equipped was. I'm like, what is equipped? So like it took me like 2 or 3 weeks to figure out that I'm supposed to skip the fights, go into the town, go to the weapons store, and buy weapons for my guys. Well, my guys are different classes, right? No explanation whatsoever. You have a fighter, you have a thief. The fighter can have this weapon, but the thief can have this weapon, and the ninja can what I guess it's a ninja class, I have no idea. You can only have the nunchucks, but you don't know any of that stuff. I didn't know any of those things were.
Yeah.
So I buy the sword, and I have nothing but these ninjas, and I'll go to the equip menu, and there's no option. And she equip it makes this like noise.
Yeah.
You're like, what? How does this? And I spend my money now, and they only sell for 1/3 the gold that you initial. Reset the game, remake the game. So over trial and error, and not knowing how to basically read very well, I figured it out, and then it was like just the very first. Imagine not knowing, never playing an RPG before in your life, and playing something with zero instructions. Zero instructions.
Legend of the Dragoon.
There was a little bit of hand holding in Legends of the Dragoon.
Yeah, but I was like 8.
All right.
I went to the exact same. I'm like, what do I do?
There was no internet.
There
was no internet back then.
The intro absolutely was easier. Like they walk you through a lot more stuff. But
nothing. You're in a field, no weapons, go.
Yeah, that's different. That's harder. Well, I had no concept of I didn't have no concept of RPG. I had no concept of like gold or XP. I'm just like I press buttons. I kill that thing, then I move on and kill the next thing.
It kind of. I mean, I guess I could see it. I mean, Legend of the Dragoon was also a much deeper.
Yes.
more involved.
Oh boy,
crazy.
I got to the
RPG.
start of disc 2 and I couldn't figure out what to do for long. I literally left it for a year because there was one point where you're supposed to cut down a tree, but I don't know. I could never find the axe, so I'm just like, all right, well.
That's like Final Fantasy. So the first time I got it when I was 7, and I beat it when I was 14. So I'm just saying, like, I played that game. There are items and places that you would never even know.
Why would they?
I had no guide.
What are these designers thinking sometimes?
But remember, there is no internet. Like right now, a 7-year-old right now probably can already do calculus.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I'm stuck. Where is this? I have no weapons.
Yes.
Final Fantasy. You must go to the store and buy this.
People are very helpful. The internet's surprisingly helpful now.
Or they can just YouTube it, watch a speed run, and then they can blow through the game in like 28 minutes. Meanwhile, it took me 7 years. Well, it didn't help with the old NES cartridges is that there's an actual battery in them.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Inside the cartridge?
There's a battery in the cartridge, and that's how it maintains the save file.
Oh, that's a mistake.
So I would lose interest, and then I would wait a little while. Then I would turn it on, and the memory, and then the battery would have died because it wasn't aimed to be recharged.
Yeah.
And so I would lose all my files. So I'm like, damn it, start from the beginning again.
Poor little Anthony, dude.
Little Anthony, dude. I was a little chubby kid playing on my Nintendo, and there was a library that just got AOL, free internet, and it was about 1.5 miles away. And I'm like, I'm walking there. And so I didn't tell my mother. I just took 25 cents because it was 10 cents a page in the printer. Walked all the way to the library, sat in line, waited. Spelled Final Fantasy wrong. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find it anywhere. And the internet was like weird. It was like Yahoo was around, and that was and Lycos was a thing.
Oh goodness.
And I was like Final Fantasy help and nothing. Like I was searching.
Final Fantasy help.
Yeah, man. It wasn't like cheat. Like, and then you find the term is cheats.
Yeah.
You know,
codes,
walkthrough, FAQs.
Yeah.
You don't know any of those terms when you're before the internet happened, and like you're a kid.
Funny, so I like that. All right, what would you say? So this was our first favorite video game, right? What would you say your current favorite video game is?
Oh man, it's too. Can you even name one?
Is it what I love? What I
Fallout
love
3.
or what I love to hate?
Fallout New Vegas.
New Vegas was
Fallout
good.
New Vegas.
I like New Vegas. All right.
I hit that. I replay it. I love.
I play it all the time, dude.
I love the VAT system.
Yes.
I love
It's
the
good.
exploration. I love the dialogue options were still good before Bethesda got a little too.
I've played that intro so often that I just can't do it anymore. I never thought I'd fall myself out, but I did.
Is Fallout New Vegas the one where you can nuke the town, or is that the original Fallout 3? I think I played both of them many times.
Do you get to the nuke through this like space? This do you use your science skill?
No,
Or is it just like
you go to a hotel?
Yeah.
And underneath the hotel
is
an option for
Fallout 3.
That's Fallout 3. So Fallout New Vegas is the one with the Legionnaires and the Minutemen or something.
No, that's Fallout 4. Minutemen's Fallout 4.
It's like Caesar's Legion versus
NCR.
NCR, that's right. North Carolina Republic or something ridiculous.
North Carolina, New California Republic.
It's one of those weird. When it's a state and a republic after it.
Yeah.
So, oh man. Okay, you beat Fallout 3, right?
Yeah, what about it?
That ending.
Do you know it?
I won't talk about it. Do you know the ending?
I won't talk about it.
The robot?
I won't talk about it.
The giant robot? I won't talk about it. It was so good. That blew my mind, man. I couldn't tell you. I was laughing out loud hysterically through the entire experience. Better dead than red. He's killing all the Enclave. I'm like, this experience is exactly what I signed up for, dude. Like, it didn't even matter. I had like a mini nuke gun with all the nukes I've been saving the whole game, just nuking the Enclave, like while this robot is stomping through them. I'm like, this is awesome. Yeah, I haven't had an experience like that. The only one that came close was probably, oh my god, Wolfenstein, the newest one, not the newest, the second newest. Okay. Remember, I haven't played video games in like 3 years.
One.
The one from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Where that was fun the entire playthrough.
Really? I never played it.
Yeah, you gotta play it. It's like it's over the top ridiculous. Your main character gets blown apart and rebuilt like 12 times in the story. You could dual wield everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Dual wield miniguns, dual wield rocket launchers, no recoil.
I read before it released. I used to get Game Informer back then. Yeah.
Dude, but that was back when they actually mailed it.
Yes.
They don't
yeah.
do that
Yes.
That was an email.
No, I had it
goes
mailed
right
to me.
spam.
I had the old mail copies.
I had that too, man.
That's good, dude.
That's how I bought my Alienware computers, because I was like, it's probably good. Then I bought them, and I'm like, these are not great.
What, you don't like Alienware?
I got the M11X, which was the first micro gaming laptop.
Nah, don't.
And it had
micro gaming.
So
nothing about that sentence computes.
Well, remember, I used to commute to New York City.
Yeah, but
so in my mind, I'm
micro.
like, I can play games on my computer on the bus.
No, you can't.
It did well. It did okay for gaming. It used to have this thing called like the Optimus graphics card. So what would happen was you had an onboard graphics, and you had a graphics card, and depending what program you had open, it would change the card.
Oh, okay.
But the technology just died. They said, fuck this. They're not doing this anymore. It was all about battery life.
Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it. I had it for like 2 years. I sold it for the same amount that I bought it for.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is a win, but...
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Anyway, we went left, and then right, and then left with the conversation.
We answered the question, then we said, hey, how do we, what's our current favorite one?
Sounds
What's our
good.
current favorite game?
What's your current right now?
That's hard.
League of Legends?
That's the one I love to hate, right? League of Legends is a very complex...
It's not.
My feelings about it are complex. I played it for 4 years. I played it for like 6 years.
Enjoy it.
I've played it for 6 years. Yes.
Okay.
I played it for 6 years. I have over 2,000 hours easily in that game. I love it.
Okay, League of Legends, Magic the Gathering.
Oh, don't do this to me. That's...
If you could only have one.
League.
Oh, damn. Sorry, Wizards.
Wizards doesn't care about me. Wizards cares about my wallet.
Well, that's true.
League of Legends is like free.
Riot also cares about your wallet.
Riot also cares about your wallet, but Riot's like, we can make the game free though because you're gonna spend the money on. You're gonna import. You got the itch, just like Magic players got the itch for the pack. Everyone who plays League's like, I gotta have the skin.
I gotta say though, opening those packs though.
Yeah, but
I'm
you know
always
what?
like, what's in this?
No, my
magical
satisfaction
pack?
comes from like smashing someone. Like you just when you win that hard, you're just like, yeah, what up?
My satisfaction is when my jank deck works.
Yeah, but you see, you
it
you gotta pay money to get that
Frankenstein,
deck.
dude. Not really. I print them out. And
Okay, so you proxy, sure.
I'm like, it works. It really works. And when it beats a top tier deck and it's like garbage, even though it was one time and it was luck and they were mana screwed, I still am happy on the inside.
Why don't you play 5? You know what? We're not getting into that.
All right. That's our video, guys. We're gonna wrap this up again. Ruben, Anthony, we're at Gamers Realm in Vero Beach, video game arcade. This was
Behind the Realm.
Behind the Realm.
Oh, goodness.
See you guys.